wild animals.
Testing. 1, 2. Yeah.
Their life is never in somebody else's hands.
No.
You know, but like we've been bred for our life to be in somebody else's hands all the time. Somebody driving us, somebody driving the train, somebody driving the plane. You know, we're trusting somebody else with our lives all the time, and most of the time that person isn't someone we even know.
Hey, this is Katie. This is the end of our little time in England.
Attempting to make things a bit tidy for my mum before we disappear.
We are going to Malaga to try and enjoy sunshine and wake up. And Katie's got a nice little gloop. It's like a gloop stuff.
That is cucumber, broccoli, celery and avocado all mashed up together in a blender thingy. I find it's quite a good way to try and eat some of the more fibrous vegetables. You know, like the broccoli I find quite hard.
Yeah, I agree.
To eat by itself, but sometimes if I blast it up in, it wasn't a blender, it's a food processor. If I do it in the food processor, then, because we're all for processed food.
Yeah. It's interesting actually, because Katie does that and I try and have mostly...
Riki's a purist, it's very virtuous.
Yeah, I try to have it mostly in its natural state, you know. Especially the avocados, yum. But those avocados are very addictive. But anyway, yeah, so we're off on a nice little flight. So I can't really say much now. But yesterday was good, did the same thing. Ate all raw apart from the rice or the whatever, which is the only thing that seems to work that isn't raw, you know. But I mean, I've got a flight coming up and I want to just feel like I'm strong to go through the airport and all the stuff. I think you can understand that. You don't want to be feeling like you're going into hibernation mode just while you're in an airport, you know. So one day I'll be hardcore enough to be totally raw doing that, but I don't know if I want to really. Yeah, so I'll catch up with you on the other side. Good day. Good day, this is our little Airbnb room in which we are currently attempting to pack stuff cheaply so that we can get on a plane. Another plane. We're going a little bit demented inside the city at the moment. Katie's expression says it all. We're in the concrete jungle called Malaga.
Hi again, I'm going to do quite a short video hopefully because we've not got a lot of battery on this phone at the moment. But I've been realising again just how deep and insidious like possessions can be in the body system, particularly if you've been abused or raped. We're out travelling at the moment, and because it's a bit harder getting food, we had just like, it was only about this big, like a small Spanish omelette each from one of the supermarkets here day before yesterday. And like, I usually try and stay away from nightshade vegetables like tomato, potato, all of these sort of things. So there was potato in the omelette. But like, when I'd had that, I thought I was alright-ish at the time. But like the following morning, I had quite a lot of depressed feelings, and I had a lot of kind of mental noise, like thoughts about, you know, like, I'm miserable at the moment, I don't like this, I don't want to be with Riki, and all of this kind of rubbish. And then like the next day I didn't eat any of them. I woke up and I felt totally fine. I mean, I did manage to feel some like real true feelings again about losing my dad recently and stuff, but I didn't have any like conflict or stupid feelings about Riki with it. Like yesterday again, we were caught out, and we felt we needed some salt, so we decided to get some of the olive oil crisps from here. And again this morning I've had infiltration, like trying to, kind of get me away, make me feel like as if I don't want to be with him and all this stuff. But it makes me realise that one of the energies I've really felt around me quite strongly, that I think got in at the rape, was a female energy. And I feel like she did pretty much like walk my body around for years. And like since Riki and I have been together like for like 9 or 10 years, they've not been able to have very much influence over me, because we've kept our food really, really clean, and we've been doing what we can to try and live as clearly as we can. But it just makes me realise, just having one of these foods that I do think feeds these energy, it brings them forward, it brings more influence, it allows them more influence over our bodies, over our thought processes, over our nervous systems. It's like even as I'm talking, I can feel more overshadowing, I can feel energy more like around my mouth, because they do feel quite vampiric, these energies. It's just making me realise that, there must be so many pitfalls for people in general in society, because so many people have gone through these kind of abuses and will have taken on energies that are wanting to use their system. And it's very, very hard when that happens to understand properly what is your own feeling and what isn't, what is your own want and what isn't. I was aware as well that like while they were trying to stoke unhappiness in me, like the idea of not wanting to be in my current relationship, I feel like they did that in my past relationships. It feels like the same dynamic. It's like they light a little fire and they keep trying to feed it. And if we're eating foods or doing things that align with these energies, then we're giving them power to do that to us. We're giving them power. It's like we're almost giving them the sticks that they're feeding the fire with. I just feel sadly that so many of us won't actually know who we are. Truly who we are, who our soul essence is, who our true soul essence is, what we truly want. Because we've all been shaped so much, we've been shaped so much in childhood through our parents, all of these things as well. We've been shaped through school, through friendships, through sexual liaisons with partners. We've all taken so much other energies into our system or had them forced upon us as well, which is even more infiltrating and damaging, that to actually know the true essence is quite difficult. I mean, Riki and I are working very hard in general to try and like be in nature more, to not get swept along with like city energies, town energies, food energies. We don't have caffeine, we don't have alcohol, we don't have cigarettes, we don't do most of the things that a lot of people are just doing standard, day to day. So we are working quite hard really to not be caught in this and to try and find our own truth. But it just worries me that I can have, like I say, a small Spanish omelette one day and have much more infiltration the next. And like yesterday, maybe I maybe had the equivalent of a small packet of crisps. And it's concerning. It's concerning that food from the system, from the construct, has such a powerful effect. I think actually sorry, I'm addressing this to Riki as well because I've just thought, I think actually if I'd just had a potato like I've done before, like now and then I've had like just like a small potato that I've baked myself, and I've thought I'm alright with that. It has been alright, but I think it's the fact that it is construct, it's manufactured food. It isn't just the simple potato that I've cooked myself. It's to do with it being factories and manufactured, and I just think there's bad juju going on.
The money behind it.
You know, yeah, it's the intention. It's the intention behind things.
The
because
intention is to make it as Moorish as possible,
yeah, I
to
was
keep
just
you
going to
coming
say
back.
that. I was just going to say the intention is that it'll be addictive so that we go back and buy more. So, like, the intention of the companies is to manipulate us when we buy these foods. You know, they don't want us just to have their food and say, that was really healthy, that was nice, I don't need to have another one of those for another month. You know, they want us to
Which is the intention
keep wanting them. They want to turn us all into bloody junkies. You know, I really do feel that, you know, because they do. They want their business, their stockholders, their shareholders, sorry,
affected by the same beings.
Yeah, yeah. They do. They just want us all slaves to these things. So, yeah, I suppose I just wanted to say that, really, but it was more just realising so deeply within myself, you know, that, you know, after my trauma, it's almost like as if your body vehicle is taken over, like something else is in the driving seat. I mean, I'm lucky, like we've all got a decent conscience, you know, so I mean, I think I was trying to put my foot on the brake all the time, and like they couldn't make me do things that were too far out of my character. But it's just worrying. It's worrying how insidious they can be in the mind, because when there's been a takeover, especially if the truth of us has been very knocked out for a period of time, it's very hard to differentiate what is our truth and what is an infiltrating energy. And like I've said in many other videos, you know, these beings don't come in making it obvious that they're another being who wants whatever. You know, I mean, some might do that to some people. You know, some people might be directly intimidated by these beings, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. But for most of us, I think that it is just a corruption of our thoughts, our own thoughts, in our own voice, in our own head. You know, it's not straightforward, because we feel what they do to us. You know, like if you've had a very direct physical attack like I did, obviously, in the rape, they're through the body system. They are affecting the feelings, they're affecting the emotional centres, they're affecting the physical centres, they're affecting the nervous system, the endocrine system. You know, they affect our fight-flight feelings. You know, I just think this goes deeper than at times we keep being aware of. And like I've said, I don't want to say this to scare people. These energies have most of their power through our lack of awareness. If we're not aware, we'll just keep grabbing whatever. We'll keep grabbing manufactured foods. We'll keep having caffeine or cigarettes or alcohol, and we won't even know that other things are running the show. So this isn't meant to scare anyone, because our power is in knowing these things. Our power is in being aware of it and trying to keep it at the forefront of the mind, really. That it's not just you who fancies that bit of cake, who fancies having whatever. You know, it's other energies that are wanting these things, and the more they get what they want, we're feeding and strengthening them, and we're weakening ourselves. And at the moment, I'm feeling like it's actually quite a mission in this life to attempt to find our truth again, to truly be ourselves and not a mixture of lots of other energies that get into the system in any way they can, through addictions, through violations, through just bad food choices, through being unconscious in front of the TV or in front of films, through pornography. A lot of people use that as well. All of these are passageways, and it's awareness is our greatest power, and that's why we do these videos, because we're trying to empower ourselves, basically, and that we hope that our journey will help to empower others. Thank you. I'm alright with that.
Thank you, Katie. Just recording a video, huh?
Oh shit, sorry.
It's alright. Don't need to swear. Can if you want though. Our house in the middle of the forest. Our house in the middle of the forest. We have resorted to living in the middle of the forest.
We haven't resorted to it, we've chosen to.
We've chosen to go in the middle.
Oh, bloody mosquitoes. That is the only downside to this. Mosquitoes are the only downside to all of this stuff. Hence, umbrella and...
Katie has found a beautiful space. We have found a beautiful space. In the forest, this is where we rest.
The mosquitoes have found a beautiful place too.
Mosquitoes have found me.
Mosquito.
We love mosquitoes. I have bites on my
We don't
legs,
love them as much as they apparently love us.
on my feet. I have bites everywhere. So our awareness levels, as you can tell, are extremely good.
Yeah. That's about it, really.
Yeah, so
So I think we probably need to go raw again.
we need to go raw again, probably.
Well, not particularly raw, yeah, mainly raw.
What can we
Just not
say?
eat anything from the construct, really.
From the system, yeah, not eat anything from the system.
That's the main.
Because the system... Oh yeah, I ate like 2 packets of big crisps. That was really good. Thing is, I felt like I needed some energy. And instead of... I was lazy. And instead of cooking something myself, I went and got that.
Well, we didn't have any way to cook at the time when you...
Is that a mozzie?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. It is as well.
Yeah.
Cheeky little buggers.
There's
Okay.
loads of them. I've been seriously chewed.
I think they found us. We're going to have to do a runner. Yeah, so... Not to say really.
Yeah.
This is Spain anyway. It's
So
very
we're
hot.
still trying to find the ideal solutions for when we need something to eat and we're struggling to find it when
We're trying to wake
around
up out of this matrix,
civilization.
but it's not really happening very well, but it will do. We'll just go to sleep and pretend it's not happening. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, it's time to go now.
Yeah, you do sound pretty stupid.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll talk
pretty
to you when I'm
stupid as
actually
well.
like really,
I
you
feel
know.
pretty stupid too.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye. See you in the morning. He's a guard cat. He's a guard cat. No, I'm the wild hunter, you silly bugger. That's a bright light.
What'd you say, Kate? What'd you say?
I said it's a bright light.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
This cat's followed us everywhere.
It's been pretty cool. He's like very much doing his own thing. He followed us quite far actually, didn't he?
I think we're feeling better today. We've been more raw food again. And we feel more intelligent rather than this silly mind-altering stuff that from crisps and omelettes, pre-packed stuff that's been lying around for ages. What do you see out there? What do you see? I quite like this cat. It's nice.
He's a proper Siamese, I think. Siamese seal point.
What are you doing? He wants a lot of love. But he's very wild, isn't he?
He's been quite
Strong.
funny. He's been like I say, he's followed us for ages, and he was like jumping down, and my turn now, is it? And ambushing us like my old cat Pussycat used to do. It's a bit hard to hold a video camera when there's a cat kissing me. Hey, yeah, you're gorgeous, aren't you? You're gorgeous.
He's good. He's like a leopardy sort of.
He's shoving his bollocks in my face.
He loves it.
I think it's my cats that have gone are kind of like getting their own back because like we'd had to have them neutered.
Oh, right. Hey, Kate. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all good.
He was actually a little bit pushy before,
Mm.
but I think it's just he's a strong cat.
He is very muscular, isn't he?
What did you see out there? What were you looking at? Video. Hi.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm stroking a strange Siamese cat that followed us yesterday when we were hunting for somewhere to camp up, and decided it wanted to be a camp cat for the night. It's purring his head off.
He looks
Don't
like
you?
I don't know, lion or cheetah or something.
I think he's been trying to teach us things, really, right from the moment when he first started walking down this big long road with us. He was showing us how much in his own strength and power he is, how much he chooses what he wants to do, how comfortable he is like jumping about in nature, how full of his instincts he is. Kind of all the things that we're sort of lacking, really. Things that we're working on.
What is this?
This is our tarp. I prefer setting it up like this than as a tent because the tent's too enclosed, really. And I like this. I really love being able to see the trees out of it, you know, but it's providing shelter from the sun and it's good. I like seeing all the shadow, this like, you can see
Yeah.
that, I don't know if you can or not, but I love seeing all the shadow of the trees on it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like we're so lucky to be out doing this.
Yeah.
It's not an easy way of life. Some people think that it's just like being on a holiday and laying on a beach when we say that we're travelling and sleeping out.
The first few days felt really tiring, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like we weren't used to being out again because we'd been in England for
Ages and
a
ages.
few months. But now, last night we started to feel a bit better and we had energy to
Yeah, it was
walk and
good
stuff.
doing the longer walk to get out, really.
Yeah.
But I really love being in the woods. It really feels right, that.
Nature's energy is very protective.
It's also healing. I mean, we've had stuff coming up, you know, like things that we still need to work through, like from past traumas and life, just the way life does.
That's right.
what this was as well, I've just remembered when the cat was fighting with me earlier. Like the cat's a bit crazy, like he'll lay like this for a while, then he'll suddenly decide to start savaging you. And like I was having to kind of like semi-fight him, like try and hold him down a bit. But I just realised as well that I didn't like doing that. I was scared of breaking him, like breaking his spirit, I mean. Like if I held him down until he stopped trying to fight me, I didn't want him to feel powerless, which is what I felt in the trauma.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of realised again, like, that's made it hard for me to do at times what I might need to do if I need to assert my boundaries and stuff. Because, like, obviously I wanted to stop him biting me, but I didn't want to, I'd held him so that he couldn't bite me, but I didn't want to just hold him there until he sagged and gave up. I didn't want him to have to give up, so I kept letting go of him again.
Yeah.
I think it's horrible when somebody breaks your spirit. It's a terrible thing. I don't think we're ever meant to do that to each other. It's very deeply, deeply wrong. And sadly, it's very, very, very common.
What else did we learn, Katie? What else did we learn?
We learned that cooked food in general makes us stupid, and it stops the energies and the emotions and the healing moving.
That's
we
right.
learned that when we've gone raw and minimised things a bit again, things start moving and coming up that need resolving and clearing. I think I've been trying to learn about balance, because from my trauma, like there's a lot of mixed feelings, like I had a profound experience of powerlessness with being drugged and attacked, but there's also a lot of my, like the fight energy that I would have attacked him with, and I've been afraid of that. I've been afraid of hurting somebody, so it's been easier in life for me to kind of be more of a doormat than it is for me to want to risk hurting or killing somebody. I've been afraid of that. You've got amazing blue eyes. I don't know if your video will have been able to catch his eyes, really. Because most of the time when I'm stroking, he's got them shut in bliss. He's got unreal blue eyes.
A house in the middle of the forest.
In the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
I think as well, like he must have been taken from his mum too early, because he dribbles a lot. I think he's fully grown, but I think he's still very young. Like the way he acts and stuff, I think he's still quite a young cat.
He just needs attention, doesn't he?
He's a bit like a sort of boisterous teenager.
Yeah.
I think he's like maybe 16 or 17-year-old or something.
I think I should stop this vid now.
Yeah, if you want. This is Riki struggling under his heavy load, and that is two guitars strapped together. How do you feel about carrying that heavy load?
What?
How do you feel about carrying that heavy load?
It's getting a bit full on.
Should I put this down so that you can carry it and get to the airport so you can put it down properly?
Yeah, it's getting a bit full on.